Hello, my name is Esteban Pedroza,
My name is Alex Lindgren.
And I'm Ashley Pape.
and this is our presentation on the Galapagos Islands. In this picture, you can see the Hills raspberry, scientifically known as Rubus niveus. This plant is known locally as mora, and it is an invasive plant species that is spreading throughout the humid zone on the Galapagos Islands. This species is a detriment to the Scalesia tree, which we can see on the next slide. This tree, known as the daisy tree, makes up the forest areas in the humid zone. This is also where the hill raspberry lives. And these two species compete, and unfortunately, the endemic species of the daisy tree or Scalesia is not adapted enough to overcome the aggressive moves that the hill raspberry is able to accomplish. The hill raspberry consumes much soil and many nutrients that is needed for the daisy tree to survive. And as you can see here, there are many problems with introduced species, such as flies and even common pets such as cats and dogs. They threaten endemic species, and their aggressive behaviors towards survival, due to their own survival, cause many of the endemic species to suffer and ultimately decline in population.
Despite some conservation efforts in the Galapagos, there are still many endangered species, some of these including the marine iguana, the sea lion, the Galapagos tortoise, the Galapagos penguin, and the green sea turtle. And when species are endangered or become extinct, this can cause a disturbance in the food web because it can cause an abundance of prey and a decrease in predators. And it can cause a lack of food sources for some animals, or it can knock out predators for other animals and cause certain populations to become abundant. So there are species in the Galapagos that have gone away with time and human influence, and one of these animals include the beautiful vermilion flycatcher. This beautiful red bird has gone extinct in the Galapagos Island, and some more animals that have gone extinct in the Galapagos Island are the giant rat and the Galapagos mouse. And as you can see in the top right, this is the skeleton of the giant rat, and this is a drawing of the mouse.
So, along with these multiple species becoming extinct, the Galapagos Islands are very important because they're known for their research based on the famous scientist Charles Darwin when he studied survival of the fittest and basically how traits may change or evolve based on food source, which is really important because things like the finch or the iguana, they may end up losing different food, which may cause an adaptation that may completely change them based on what they originally looked like. We need the Galapagos Islands because they are basically responsible for modern ecology, and we need to keep the remaining species safe so that we can continue to be able to study and understand basic evolution and ecosystems. So how can we help? It's obvious to see that we really need to help out the Galapagos Islands and the beautiful species that live there. So how can you do that? You need to get the word out, whether it's discussing it on social media or just telling a friend about it. You can even write a petition. There are websites where you can do that. There are ways where you can volunteer, or you can even sign up for a charity. There are multiple charities all across the internet and across the world that help support the Galapagos Islands. So with your help, you can help save the organisms that are really struggling and help save the food web in the Galapagos Islands.